Hi, this is Stephen with Backyard Projects, and today I'm doing the dreadful thing that I do not like to do, but it's gotta be done. So I have all of these succulents here. So the problem that I have is that I only have so much real estate, and don't mind the hair, it's my holiday. I only have so much space in the greenhouse, and I have to utilize every bit of space that I can get. So what I need to do, some of these that just have like one thing in it, I need to consolidate them so I have more room to grow other things. I got tons of seed trays that I have to get ready for. I'll start them in February for my plants that'll go in spring. So I've got to start clearing some room. I got to start consolidating, pushing things together so I have enough room. So my plan is I have a lot of these very small pots like this that I need to put in with something else, like something else that grows like it does, so I can free up some of this space. So that is going to be my goal for the day, is trying to consolidate. I need to clean up some, like I have some, see, I have some dead there that I need to clean up. Like I just need to clean all of this stuff up because I need to. It's what I do in the winter, is prepping and getting ready for spring. So let's begin. Okay, so I now have my little 4x4 nursery pots. Got it all cleaned out and ready to go. So let's downsize some of these pots that I have. So what I'm going to do is first fill up this. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is slowly take out some of the plants that I already have in these. Oh wow, I haven't had a big old root system. So the hens and chicks that I have here are kind of sentimental to me because I got these out of my grandma's garden a while back. I have a ton of these pencil cactus, but because I am who I am, I can't just throw away a perfectly good plant. I have a ton of them, and I just can't throw them away. I'd rather give them to people, which I have, but they kind of multiply like crazy. I have quite a bit in here. Oh, look at that. I have quite a bit in here. All of this stuff that I have is pretty dry because, you know, you want to keep your succulents on the dry end. But them being in the greenhouse, they tend to get a little bit too dry because the greenhouse, it fluctuates in temperature. So on a given day, I will go from 70 to 90. And it's always been like that, every greenhouse that I've ever had. Alright, now that I have an empty pot, I'm going to empty this out. And I have a lot of grit in all of these. Alright, so I've emptied out all of my plants. And I washed this pot and I'm repotting it with some fresh soil. And I cut all these little things off the bottom of it, but as I was looking, it doesn't look like there's much root. So I don't know if these are going to root or not, but I'm just going to stick them down in the side of the pot. So I did kind of clean off all the roots. I cleaned up the plant. I even have a flower. You can't see it, but I'll show you in a second. After I'm done with, after I get them all potted up, cleaned up, I will fill up my sink and just fill them up from the bottom. So then I can make sure that they're nice and watered, and then I will just I'll take out the plunger and let the water drain out, and I'll just let it sit there overnight. Now I do have some succulent food plant. I'm probably going to mix that in with the water, and so I can get them nice and fed and cleaned up and nice and pretty and consolidated so I can save some room. But yeah. So I have a couple more of the big ones that I need to pot up. So let me do that. Alright, so on this jade plant, believe it or not, I washed rocks. I cannot believe I washed rocks, but I did. So I washed the pot, washed all these rocks. So on this, I believe it's a jade plant. Now don't quote me, I am not the succulent expert. Tropics, I'm pretty damn good at it, but succulents, not so much. So I really don't need this big of a pot for this succulent, but because it's kind of top heavy, I need something with a lot of weight. So I added over halfway with rock, just so whenever I do put this in, like it has something to like hold it back. It kind of looks like a little bonsai. How exciting is that? Alright, so with the succulents, because they're so, because of the free draining soil, it's kind of hard to get it all packed in there, right? So because of all the rocks in there and all the roots, I kind of shake the pot. Hold the soil. And shake the pot. Try to get it nice and tucked in. And it should stay up pretty much by itself once it gets packed in there really good. So I don't know if I actually downsized my collection, but I definitely did get them all cleaned up. I did get the bigger ones put in their bigger pots, clean that up, and then all the little ones I just put in a seed tray. So now I am going to water them, and then I will also go ahead and fertilize them. I'm gonna water them first before I fertilize them. So here is a close-up. Whenever I'm watering my plants inside, so I don't want it super cold. I don't want it super cold, but I do want it to be a little bit like lukewarm. So I will. There we go. Alright, I'll put the stopper in. And then I'll put it off to the side. So I water this way because I want it to water from the bottom up, especially with succulents. Succulents are so finicky, so let's get to it. Well, I'm not able to get everything in the sink, but I will let these soak up. It's kind of amazing, like it really soaks them up pretty good. Alright, so I did fill up the sink with water, and then it, I guess, drained out or something. So I am going to top water it. I didn't really want to, but I don't really have a choice. So what I like to do whenever I am watering my succulents is I water them really good. And then I wait like for a week or two, depending on your climate. These are in the greenhouse, so they tend to dry out pretty quickly. But I will wait to water these for about a week, like for quite a bit. Because I don't want them to stay wet, but I don't want them to be so dry that you can literally take the whole entire pot out just by pulling out the plant. So I kind of, you have to find that little happy medium. And it's different for different people because of your zone, for your temperature, where they are, if they're in the house, if they're outside. There's just a lot of things whenever you're trying to figure out the right way to water your succulents. But I do make sure that they get a really good soaking. and then I'll let them completely dry out. So anyway, I wanted to show you this. So these are all watered. I watered them from the bottom, left them there for about an hour, came back and all the water was gone. I don't know if the plant sucked it up or my drain just sucks, but I don't know, either way. But anyway, so now that is done. So the instructions on the back say for one small plant. Okay, so on the instructions it says directly to soil, 1 pump for small pots, 2 pumps for larger pots. So on these little ones, like this, I'm gonna do like 1 squirt. Oh, I still do have water down there. How about that? So I'm just gonna do 1. Oh, hold on. So I'm just gonna do 1 squirt. I might do a little bit more, because, you know, if 1 is good, 2 is better. Don't use that as a reference. I'm terrible. I will move these by the morning, because we like to have our coffee in the morning. And then I will take these and put them in the greenhouse tomorrow. But anyway, so that is basically just my this is basically just my succulent care. So anyway, alright, well, it's late now. I hope you guys have a great day, and till next time, thanks guys, bye.